Okay, we've had a lesson where we just played the name of the chord in half notes. In the context of pa playing, we've done the but we haven't done the pa. You know, what they call the fifth of the chord. They call the part the root or the name of the chord. Okay, if it's C, then this is C note is C, right? And now we have to find the fifth, and that's not really too hard. For instance, if I have a G chord, that means G major, but I could have put a G minor or a G7. I could have said G7 like that. What notes would I play? Well, I would play the G and I would play the fifth. How do I get the fifth? I just count on my fingers. G, A, B, C, D. So D is the fifth. Okay. Now here's another chord. Let's make this something interesting. Let's make this a C minor chord. We treat major, minor, and dominant all the same way. Okay. So if this is a C minor chord, then I want a C for the first note, the and the pa is just the fifth, C, D, E, F, G. It's a G. So I found the G. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. It's not, the board doesn't write very clearly in some spots. Okay, that's a G anyway, if you can read that there, C to G. Now, suppose I have a D flat. I hope that's clear. Okay, I do the same thing, whether I have a D flat major, D flat minor, D flat dominant. I simply go D, E, F, G, A, but because it's flat, it's an A flat. So I put an A flat here. Can you read that? Of course, you can't tell me, can you? You can always write me a note saying I couldn't read that, but that's an A flat, okay? Now, there is one exception to all this. Oh, and just let me do a sharp one just for fun. If I said I had maybe an F sharp, right? Maybe I had an F sharp minor 7, okay? Well, that's a minor type chord. You treat them all the same. Now I would have to go, what would I have here? I'd have F sharp would be the name of the chord. That's the first note I play. And then it's F, G, A, B, C, and you put a C there, but you have to put a C sharp to keep the interval as a perfect fifth. So if it's sharp to begin with, the fifth is sharp too. And if it's flat to begin with, like D flat, then it would be A flat going there. And you can write these next to the chord, that is, in parentheses if you forget or in some way to remind yourself. But pretty soon you'll be able to just play these extemporaneously. Now there's one exception, the B. Okay? The B, no matter what it is, okay, let's call it a B minor. Okay? You count up 5, B, C, D, E, F. And so you say, well, the first note, the part is B, and the pa part is F. But with B, that's actually a diminished fifth. You have to raise it always, a half step, okay? So that's the only one. So in order to do the perfect fifth, you count up and raise it a half step. Now suppose you had B flat. Boy, this isn't writing clearly, is it? Now it's a little better there. Suppose you had B flat 6, okay? Well, you would say, well, the first note has to be B flat, all right? All right. And then you say B, C, D, E, F. The next note would be F sharp normally, but you flat it because this one's flat, so you bring it down to an F. In fact, the tune that we're going to actually play at the end of this session is going to have a B flat chord, and it's going to be B flat to F. Okay? And that's it. That's the only exception. It's that B that's the stinker, where you count up and you get the note, but then you have to raise it to make it a perfect fifth. And of course, B to F, you'd raise it to F sharp, but then this is B flat, so it has to come down one. Okay, like that. Your ear will tell you, though, boy, if you hit a wrong fifth.